What's good, YouTube? I hope y'all been refueling recently. Welcome back to another episode of Stop and Refuel with Mo. And man, I just hope y'all having a great day. As y'all can see, I am. My team is going where they need to be going and stuff. So that's just that. I don't know if y'all follow NFL football, but man, being a Kansas City fan, living in Kansas City for basically my whole life and seeing the ups, mostly the downs, but now mostly the ups, it's been a wild ride for real. So just in a good mood. We got the Super Bowl Sunday. Hopefully we can take this dub and shed some positivity to this city because it's always negative things to pay attention to. So having something positive that people can just celebrate together and feel like we all together in this is a real cool thing. And I feel like it's been a great thing for our city for the past few years. So that was just a little bit to get started into the episode. But today I just wanted to talk about something I felt like I wish I needed to hear, or something I think people still do need to hear, especially younger generation, people that have goals and ambitions and wants to do a lot of things in life. And it's just so much information and things out here to where it's like, you don't even really know what to focus on, what to do, what's the right path to go down when things are changing so fast, faster than they've ever changed in human history, really. We got stuff just going at crazy rates, whether it's jobs, the artificial intelligence, the robotics, whatever kind of things is out here. Really, there's just so many different things out here that are keeping people just confused, keeping people complacent, and keeping people stuck to where they don't feel like they have a hope of a future, or if a future is going to be there. But not to really focus too much on that and everything. But what I do want people to, especially my younger folks out here, to realize is that the future really belongs to those who know how to understand, those who know how to analyze. So I say this being that if you want to be successful in the future that we're heading into, you gotta be able to understand at a really good rate. And what I mean by this is understanding how to read and write, understanding how to code, or understanding how to analyze it, really, even understanding how to chart or look at patterns and just recognize what things are going on financially in the market or different things like that. Because those who really get that grasp of understanding how to analyze stuff are really going to set themselves apart. For instance, when we're talking about coding, I'm not talking about, you don't need to be somebody that needs to know how to program a full stack application, front end, back end, all these different things and stuff like that, with all the help and technology we do have right now. So when I talk about these different points, I'm not talking about, hey, you need to know how to code. I just mean you need to know how to understand code. You need to know how to analyze code. If somebody shows you something, you should be able to be like, all right, I see what's kind of going on here. I know what this function or what this program is supposed to do, or even what the language is, or what's going on and stuff like that. So you can understand, hey, I'm not being lied to. Or when you're looking at open source code for different things going on in the future, you can see if the company or those people are actually doing what they say they're going to do, and that there's no vulnerabilities for whatever you're using this stuff for, especially as things become more secure and high risk and all these different things, where cybersecurity and data protection and all this stuff is going to be at a high utmost importance. When I talk about things like understanding how to read and write, I know a lot of the population that we currently got, and even a lot of the younger kids and going to public schools, and then just in situations where the government's really not making education a priority, these reading levels and just the interpretation is kind of at a low. So making sure y'all know how to understand and analyze. That doesn't mean, just like with coding, it don't mean you need to know how to write a whole book. I'm not asking you to write a whole book. You should be able to, write a couple paragraphs. You should be able to write a sentence, a couple pages, a short essay, all these different things. But I'm not asking you to write a book. But I do want you to know that you need to know how to analyze what you're reading. You need to know when to call out bullshit. You need to know when I'm reading something that may be true, or something that may need to go and have a deeper dive in, to make sure that I'm actually understanding this to the best of my ability or whatever. Just like a lawyer, not saying lawyers do this, but you got all this information and stuff. It's like you don't have time to read every single thing, but you got to know how to analyze or get to the right pages or sections or whatever parts you're looking for, figuring out how to get those things to stand out so everything else makes sense to you. Save you so much time, save you so much energy just by being able to analyze. Analyze what you read, analyze what you're seeing, and all these different things. On the financial side, looking at these charts, even me, this is something I'm learning right now too, something I'm trying to even get way better at. Looking at these financial markets and understanding, dang, what does each candle pattern mean? What's the difference? What's these wicks? What's the high and low? What's the close? What's the meaning? What are trends? What are lines of resistance and support? What are all these different things? It's like you don't have to know what every single thing means, but it's like if you're looking at a chart, you at least want to be able to tell, hey, is this an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? What kind of things can I notice historically from looking at this chart that's telling me what the direction of the market is going? What are the people buying doing? And what are the people that are selling doing? Because anytime you're doing something in the stock market, there's a winner and there's a loser. So it's like you got to understand if you won, why'd you win? If you lost, why'd you lose? Looking at it and just understanding. So in all, people just the key is really just understanding how to analyze. And once you got that part down, I feel like you're already halfway there, because analysis is everything. Analysis helps you go forward, set your basis, set your limits, set your expectation levels, and all these different things, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you actually get there. And that helps you make better decisions. The next part on this is acting. So analyze and act. And that's like a big thing right now when it comes to even me. I have a good job or a good time analyzing things, but acting on those things that I analyze is sometimes that thing that's just like, dang, I should have acted on that. Dang, I should have did this. Or I'm glad I didn't act on that. I'm glad I didn't act on this. But just being able to take your analysis and actually bring it into fruition, because there's a lot of people that got the knowledge, but there's not a lot of people that got the skill set. So I think that's a big thing when it comes to this future, because it's like, man, you can see somebody and you got two people and you're like, man, that person knows a lot. You see another person, you're like, man, but they got them skills though. It's like, who you want to go for? The person that knows everything, or the person that might not know everything but has applied it more, and just you can just see that they know what they're doing from applying this stuff, versus just trusting somebody that thinking they know what they're doing because they know about what they're doing. Go ahead and like that button for me. Go ahead and some comments, something that you heard or seen or you want to talk about, and I'm gonna make sure to address it or try to make future videos about it too. But back to the video. And this is something I had to kind of wrap my mind around, because it's like I feel like I fell in that category where it's like I know so much about this topic, this category, this thing and stuff like that, but I ain't really skilled in it. I ain't put it to practice. I ain't applied it so many times. I ain't tried and failed. I ain't looked and tested out my analysis and figured out, hey, was what I was predicting, what I was thinking, what I was looking at accurate, or even, in a range of what's happening right now, just to make sure that, hey, I need to either make sure my analysis is better, figuring out that my analysis is good or spot on or something like that, or going back to the drawing board and figuring out what kind of things actually go into getting the result that I want to get. And through this is even me right now starting this YouTube channel. It's like, all right, I know all this information, I can talk about it and everything to people and whatever, but I need to act on it in a better way to where I'm reaching the maximum amount of people that I can reach. I'm talking to the maximum amount of people that I can talk to, because I can't just be around or be everywhere at once and stuff like that. So this is for the future me, for the future you, for the future, my future kids, for whoever and stuff like that down the line that needs this information, coming from somebody that's either been there on this journey or striving to be on this journey and learning and wanting to just, give that unfiltered advice to whoever could use it. So acting over just knowing is going to be a big thing. That's something I want you to apply throughout your life, throughout what you're doing and stuff like that. It's something that you're knowledgeable on, something that you feel like, you know the direction, you got a good pulse, you got a good thumb on it. go ahead and try to act on those things so you can build up that skill set, so you can build up that confidence to where it's like now you pass just the I know part. It's like I'm for sure, like this is a guaranteed thing right here, because now I'm taking my analysis that I've worked so hard on, now I'm acting on it, and I'm okay with the results on it of whatever I do because I trust my analysis. So whether it's a good analysis, I'm gonna trust it. And if it's not good, I'm not gonna blame the results. I'm gonna just go back and revise my analysis so I can get a different set of results. You always got to be learning. You always got to be improvising. You always got to be improving, because the same shit that worked last time might not work this time. Your same analysis and setup that worked last time might not work this time. Things change, languages change, systems change, technology changes, and all this stuff. But it's like, as long as you understand how to understand or how to analyze and act on your analysis, you're going to be in a way better spot, because now you got them reps in. Now you feel confident in what you're saying, what you're researching, what you're doing, and how you're looking at things. And now when you're looking at these financial markets, now when you're looking at these systems, now when you're looking at whatever you're looking at, you have that confidence to make better decisions, because now you analyzing, then you acting. A lot of people used to just be acting. They act on something. They see something, they act on it. They'll never take the time to analyze it. Hey, bro, this price is going up, man. You might want to invest in this right here. Hey, man, you might want to do this. Hey, you want to... It's like, okay, those are cool things. It's like, but that person that just acts on it because somebody else told them to and never took the time to analyze, going to be mad at that person. And they're going to be mad at themselves because they knew they could have took time to analyze the situation before they wanted just to jump into it and feel like they was right. So take that emotion out of stuff and analyze. And I feel like this can really be a useful thing when you break it into an example like watching a basketball game or a football game. The way you watch it as a fan is enjoyment. You got your emotions involved. You don't really know exactly what's going on based on the analysis, but you're listening to analysis of an anchor or a reporter or somebody that's broadcasting or whatever like that. So it's like you have a bit of analysis of what's going on based on what you're seeing, but you don't really have a good thumb or pulse on the game. Now, if you're watching the game as a referee, your analysis is way better, because now you have an understanding of the structure, the rules of all these different things. So when you see something that does take place, you know what the next course of action or the decisions or where the game is going to go headed to, or just the trend of the game, because now you have the skill set to analyze situations and act on those situations. That's what you do for your job. You analyze what just happened. That was a travel, that was a foul, that was whatever, and you act on it. Maybe, most of the time your analysis is good. Sometimes, like a ref, you're going to have a bad analysis. You're going to not see something or pay attention to something, or you're going to miss something. Hopefully there's another referee around that can help you come to a better analysis, given that they've had a different angle, more context, or they saw something from a different perspective. But always being able to analyze and act is going to have you understanding the direction of things a lot better than anybody else that's just analyzing or just out here just being an observer. And it's like, I want us to get out of that observant culture, and I want us to get into that culture that initiates action and initiates change, that sees what's going on in the world, understanding, hey, let me do something about it. Let me not just be able to talk about it. Hey, all this stuff. It's like, you can talk about it, be all knowledgeable about it, but it's like, we just talking circles, and we never doing anything or putting in any action. Where we go from here? Because we ain't getting no reps in. We're not even gonna know if the stuff that we knowledgeable about actually applies to the situation if we never applying it or never trying or testing things out or never acting on our analysis. And it's not easy to do in every situation, of course. So I'm not telling you to analyze and act on every certain thing, but you should also take your time. Analysis takes a while. Same thing that might have been true one day might not be true the next day. Same thing that was true last week now might be true a year from now. The same price that was going up not might be the same a week from now. That might be heading down or plummeting. So making sure you always analyzing, actively updating your knowledge, your skill set, and your tools, and trying to figure out, hey, do I want skills over knowledge? Do I want to be able to act and try and test out these things, or do I want to be the most knowledgeable about them? I feel like most of you, if you like me, you want to be somebody that goes from that knowledgeable into that skillful skill set right there, where it's like you're actually applying the things you know, and you're going to learn a lot faster. So now you have confidence in your knowledge. I've seen so many people that be knowledgeable about different things, but don't really have confidence about what they're knowledgeable about because they've never actually applied it to real life. They've never been in the situation. They've never actually done it. So that could be like a sports reporter. Like, you can talk about how hard the NBA Finals is all the time. If you ain't never played in the NBA Finals, you ain't never been there, you ain't never done it, you're not gonna have the same type of perspective when you analyze and looking at that game, acting or giving your opinion based on what you've been able to analyze, unless you didn't got hella reps in. And some of these reporters that haven't played sports, they got so many reps in that they can't analyze and act. But it does take that repetition, and that is a skill set that I want everybody to have. Skill set that I feel like would do us all some benefit right now. Stop overreacting, and start analyzing, looking at what we need to understand, just figuring out how we can understand what's going on, and then acting on that. And hopefully you act on it in a positive way, because that's all we need right now. Just more positive actions in this world, more things that's going to allow us to understand each other more. The more we can analyze and understand each other, and not in a surveillance way. You know that's where things are heading, but just just figuring out what's going to work best. So the future belongs to those who know how to analyze and act, those who know how to understand and interpret, and those who are just good people at the end of the day. So hopefully you can use your analysis to do good for yourself, for your family, for your pockets, for whatever it is. But never be out here trying to analyze and act to do something bad, because that's just a bad analysis, and them actions gonna come back around eventually. But thank you, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all till next time.